How's it going, Al fans? My name is Nick Swan. Played here back in 2016 to 2019. Was the host of Fowl Talk. So we're throwing a little bit of a throwback Saturday is what we call it. So I'm back by unpopular demand, but I'm joined here by head coach John McCormack.
How we doing, Nick? Good to see you.
Great to see you. Great to see you. So is this your first Fowl Talk or?
100%. You never had me on before. I was disappointed. Okay. It's a bucket list item. I can go home and check it off.
Yeah. So the first one, you might be a little bit nervous, which is okay. It's all right.
I have a tendency to get nervous.
Yeah. Well, good news is I've been the host of this show probably, 500 times. And I feel like when you've done something 500 times, you've got a pretty good grasp on it, would you say?
I would think so.
Yeah. So 500, it's a number that's been thrown out, quite a bit here past couple days, week or so, in regards to your 500 wins.
Ah, that's what you're getting at.
So
okay.
that was a little segue there.
I love it. I love it.
A lot of wins, a lot of games, good games, bad games. But the first question all the fans have at home is, out of those 500 wins that you had, what was your favorite win overall?
Anyone you were involved in.
It's a politically correct answer. Politically correct.
Favorite win. I don't know if I have a favorite win. Of course, the first one.
Yeah.
Fordham. Tom Hatcher hit 2 home runs, and I thought he was going to hit 60 on the year. Ended up with 4. 6. Sorry, Tom. We can fact check it. It was 4 or 6. It wasn't. Yeah. I don't know. I remember a lot, but I don't like different wins that actually stand out. I just more remember you guys, and this is not a corny answer. This is not, anything. It's you guys and what you've meant to me in my life and what you've meant to the program and what we've been able to cultivate. For you to come back and do this 4 years after you left is amazing, and that's what it really means, more so than a specific, on April 8th we beat this, and so I hope that your answer.
No, I agree. I think, when it comes to the wins and losses, you only remember those big wins, but overall as a team, you just remember the people and stuff like that. So it's a culture that Coach Mack has built, and it's true. But, we talk about the wins, the losses, and we talk about the players, right? So you've got to coach a good amount of players in your day. Some, extremely smart, some maybe not the brightest. So another question that I had for you is, if you were to go into a Jeopardy competition, and it was a team competition, and you got to pick one player, so it's teams of 2, it's you, and then what player would you choose that you've coached to give yourself the best chance to win Jeopardy?
Wow. It's not necessarily the smartest guy. It has to be someone that's clever and a little bit well-rounded.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's your choice. It's not mine.
I know that. I'm just talking it out. This isn't what they do in game shows.
It is.
They talk it out.
It is. Critical thinking.
I'm going to say, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off the board.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Jason Jackson.
Wow. Okay.
Smart, clever, eclectic, knew a ton about music, pop culture, some history. I think he would be a good,
good, neutral, very balanced. Not one thing he's maybe exceptionally smart at, but not one thing that he's off.
No, I think he's got a well-rounded. It's hard sometimes picking young people because you guys have a little bit narrow field,
not a lot of experience.
You would be a good candidate, of course.
I appreciate that.
Marmon
has to say that.
Dickie Hart would be good. Zach Johnson, Jackson Ross, who's on the current team.
Yeah.
There's a few out there, but I'm going to go off the board with
Jason Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a good choice. Now, if we change the rules a little bit, let's do golf rules. Lowest score wins in Jeopardy. Now, who would your choice be to give yourself the best chance to win with the lowest score?
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that.
Yeah.
All right. I don't.
We'll talk off camera.
Yeah.
We'll talk off camera. I've got a couple of people in mind.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
But all right.
Everybody would be, a stellar Jeopardy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, the school churns out A+ students all the time, so we would, we would not be honoring the school.
I agree. So, big thing on seasons is that baseball can be very contagious, right? I mean, when things are going well, they're going really, really well. You can string a lot of wins together. But same on the other side, where if you're, not playing well, it's really hard to kind of put that to a stop and reset and focus on the next game ahead. So you've coached a lot of games. There's been a lot of wins. There's been losses as well. So is there anything that you do, whether it be after a loss, where you can kind of leave the loss in the past and clean slate, focus on the next game ahead?
For me or the team?
For you.
If it's a bad loss, I will go home in uniform and jump in the pool with my uniform on to cleanse it, and then we move on.
Yeah. See, I thought that was a rumor. I didn't know that was true.
True.
See, you learn it 4 years later from me playing baseball. I'm still learning new things about
True.
Coach Mack. So.
It's not a common thing, but it started with a dare. God, probably 15 years ago, and one of our assistants here said you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I did it, and
it's kind of stuck. So I'm assuming that you won the next game after you did that.
Yeah.
And that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
So baseball is superstitious.
But
I'm glad it seems to have worked out quite well.
Yeah. Well, the key to it is, and you played here, is you can't dwell on the past. You got to get ready for the future. And I thought we've always done a good job of like, hey, we got our butts kicked. Let's move on.
Yep.
We can't. There's no reason to continue to rehash what happened.
Yeah.
We just got to move on. We just got to move on, and it happens. It happens, and you never think you're as bad as you are, and you're never really as good as you think either.
Yeah.
Right. So you just got to keep playing hard and keep doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. True in baseball, true in life.
Yep.
So wise words from Coach Mack there. But last question I have is just in general, when you look at your resume, the wins and how many regionals and conference championships and things like that, I'm sure that there's been other, teams, other schools coming and wanting to get you to coach their team. So what is it about FAU that keeps you here, that you've had such a long career here, and I feel like you'll be here until, the day you retire. So what is it about FAU that makes you want to stay?
Family. OTF, only the family, only the people that are involved in what goes on here knows really what it's about. The unique thing for me is I've never worked anywhere else. So there's no place in the country that I'm like, oh, well, I was there and I'd love to get back there. This is my place. I started here in the fall of 1990, and I don't have any secretly pining, waiting for this place to open or that place to open. I don't have the energy for that. My job is here, and I want to make this place as great as it can be, and for as long as I can do it, and then turn it over. But more importantly, it's about the players and creating an atmosphere, not only while you play here, but after you leave, that this is your home, right? That whatever's going on in your life, you played baseball at FAU, and those guys got my back. Just for instance, the basketball team went to the Final Four. There must have been 40 guys that went out there. And I talked to my predecessor, and he's like, it was great. He goes, there was guys from the first team there and guys that played 2 years ago, and they all played at FAU. He goes, we went to one bar, we kind of overtook the whole thing, and guys were interacting and intermingling. He goes, it was great. He goes, that's what it's about, and that's what I want. That's what I want, that you guys have that secret bond, whether you played 4 years ago, but for the guy that walks out of the dugout for the last time, that you guys have a bond, and you have a bond with the guy who played here on the first team. That's really important to me. And not too often coaches can say they spent their whole career at one place, and it's such a great thing for me that we have guys that are recruited up coaching their sons now.
Yeah.
And you talk about an honor,
Yeah.
like they had such a good experience here, and now they want their sons to come here. It's a little nerve-wracking because it's a lot of pressure,
more pressure,
but
yeah.
it is very, very, that's a huge honor. Anytime a parent says, I want you to coach my young man, is an honor, but then when it's a former player that says, that's where I want my kid to go, he has to play for UMac, like and I apologize, there are some that wanted that and we just couldn't work it out, or so but that's what it means to me.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Sam, can we find a way to snip that answer and send it to Dusty May so that he stays, because we've got a pretty good thing rolling here with FAU athletics. But no, I appreciate you, Coach Mack, sitting down. Sorry we never got to do it while I was here playing, but I'm glad, better late than never.
I was going to hold back some innings because you never had me on the show, but I didn't think that was fair, so I didn't do it.
I appreciate it. But
can't let those petty things get in the way of winning.
Yeah, that's it. That's why you have 500 of them. That's why you have 500. So, no, thanks again, Coach Mack. Everything that you spoke on today is very true. I think Coach Mack is one of the best guys in the game of baseball, best coach I've ever had, both on the field, off the field, stays in touch with players. So the culture he's built here, there's a reason there's 500 wins. There's a reason that there's going to be 500 more. So, Coach, thanks so much for sitting down.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Go Owls.